Hello, hello. If you have your North Node in the sign of Pisces or your North Node is located in house 12 of your natal chart, this reading is for you. If you are uncertain of what your North Node is or where it's located, there will be a link below where you can generate your birth chart and then gain some clarity there. We're going to jump right in. I just want to say out the gate, there's something heavy. There's something heavy here, okay? I pulled 2 cards for you from the Archeo deck. This is the first one that it like flew out. It's the Siren. And then the second card is the Hypocrite. These are big cards, okay? This is, like, I'm not going to lie, this is big energy, okay? I also felt called to a deck that I literally have not used in ages. This is the True Black Tarot. I used to use it a lot. I really don't use it that much anymore. I had to cleanse it with a little bit of smoke cleanse. We're actually gonna, I kind of want to, okay. Just gonna see. We're just going to do that. We're just going to do a little bit of that. All right. North Node in Pisces or 12th house collective. What does Spirit have for you? What's going on? Who am I talking to? Yeah. Grief is the energy. This is the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Grief is the energy that I'm picking up on here, collective. This is a release of something. This is a... What is this word that I'm hearing? Spirit is giving me a word that I do not know the definition of. Hang on. It's adjudication. Adjudication. A formal judgment on a disputed matter. Now, I don't think that this is something that is, this doesn't feel like it has like a formal setting. I'm not seeing like a courtroom or anything, but that is what that word would reference if used, I don't know, I guess potentially that's what that would mean in another context. Okay, so I have the High Priestess coming out in reverse here. What's that about? Can I get clarity on that, Spirit? Okay. So, collective, you at some point, I believe you made a mistake of some kind, and it had a big impact on your life. I'm hearing it had a big impact on the way that you were seen, the way that you were perceived. Perhaps it has to do with that siren energy. And yeah, and that hypocrite energy as well. Maybe you took the bait on something that perhaps later proved to be faulty. But you went forward with it with a kind of positivity and confidence that was unique to you. So you were proven wrong about something. Like you thought that you had it right, and I feel like you were proud, and then you realized by, like, you were shown, it's not even that you realized, it's that you were shown that you were incorrect. Okay. And from what I can tell, it caused you to really like go inward. Okay, because I have the Hermit here in the 5 of Swords. This is an energy of like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just go into my hole now. Like, I guess I'm just going to disappear and process this for a while. Yeah. 8 of Swords in reverse, to kind of pull yourself out of this mental trap, this very kind of like, it could have gotten a little bit woe is me at certain points, essentially. Where are they headed? What is the path forward, this collective? What is coming as a result of this revelation, this experience? Okay. Three of Pentacles in reverse. That one actually, I like slammed that down on the table. Whoa. Okay, so we are okay. This is not bad. This is this feels like almost like a redo type of energy, but in a way that is much more honoring of your, I'm hearing like your abilities. Okay. I've got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I think that, collective, you are a group of people who maybe you like give a little bit too much of yourself at times, right? Oh my God, is there a card under the Three of Pentacles and it's reversal? Hang on. There is. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, yeah. So we have an opportunity. I almost said an ability, right? So maybe you didn't feel like in the past you could do this, right? But now, splitting the deck, I have the Knight of Swords coming out. Now it feels like there's a strength in you that you've been gathering over time. So where are they going? So can I get a little bit more about their path forward? Page of Cups. Oh, I love to see it. Okay, hell yeah. I mean, we have the Fool in reverse at the bottom, but I don't hate it. So there's something new that you can feel kind of like brewing. I feel like this is something that you're a creative spirit. It's just a matter of like accessing it that has been difficult for you in the past. Like it's kind of like sometimes when I channel, or sometimes when I'm like doing my work, there are things that I clock that I don't have the words for. It's like I'm receiving a code and I can't articulate it. And the only way to really solve that issue is by expansion. It's by learning more and giving, the unseen more to kind of show me. It's like more vessels of information that they can use, more symbols, basically. If I expand my knowledge base, then they have expanded land to place symbols on. Does this make sense? To place directions and signposts on. Okay. So what I'm seeing going forward for you is kind of that. It's an opportunity for you to make mistakes. And it's going to keep you up at night, and it's going to be luscious. Luscious is the word that Spirit is giving me. Like, you're going to just sink your teeth into it. You're going to be very happy about this new thing to kind of like tinker with, right? I want to get an animal spirits, but the Fool at the base of the deck, the Fool as your anchor here with that message in its reversal is really giving me this sense of like, you don't necessarily, you might struggle with the confidence required to take leaps of this kind. Like, you kind of, even though, I feel like this is something that you brought into this life with you, right? So this is connected to your karmic path, right? And if you're here, you are following the path of your North Node, so you're on the right track. But that said, you don't necessarily have the ability right now to articulate it. So that, knowing that, Ace of Swords in reverse under that, like, you have this, like, it's almost like you're inclined to go into it wounded already. Okay, so we'll get some advice for you. It's like you're inclined to stop before you start. Butterfly. Beautiful. Yeah, very this. It's this energy of like, you are emerging. This is a transition, and there's a fragility with the butterfly as well. There's a kind of preciousness and a fragility, but the expansion. But the thing with the butterfly, you guys, so, and I want you to hear this part, because when if we're going through cycles of rebirth, this was actually a message delivered by a fellow reader on TikTok who I love. Her name is Eros Wild on TikTok. I don't know if she's on YouTube, but she's fabulous. She delivered this message recently that was so profound, where basically when we go through cycles of rebirth, we do see this, like, this is a perpetual cycle. This is one of very few things that are guaranteed in this life, right? Like death and taxes, change, rebirth, these things are guaranteed. There are very few things that we can rely on. The snake eating its tail is one of them, okay? And so when that happens, we have to look to nature as like a reference or a guide as to what to expect in these cycles. So with butterfly here, we can see that you are in the midst of this rebirth. And so when butterflies leave the cocoon, when moths hatch, like there's this process. They find a place, up high, they hermit themselves, wherever that card is, and they let their wings dry out. So there is a rest period required for you here, okay, collective, where you will be able to take this leap with a kind of confidence if you allot that time, is what Spirit is saying. So can we get some guidance? Can we get some advice for this collective on their path work going forward? That's too many cards. Sorry. On their path work going forward. Okay, so you need to be very, okay, yes. So we're going to take these. Okay, yes. It is possible, collective, that there's somebody in your life who can be very oppressive to you. It's possible that this like kind of stopping before you start energy is actually like you kind of, you came into this life with it. Like you're inclined to kind of stop yourself because there's a lot that you don't know. A North Node in Pisces is pretty intense, okay? But I think that there's someone in your energetic field who is also fostering this energy in you. And so I want you to understand this advice from Spirit is actually really what it's saying is that you have to, in order to water this Ace of Wands and really be able to harness this inspiring energy, this inspired moment that I see for you here as the anchor of your advice. And Judgment. Yes. Oh my God. So you definitely, this is, I think, somebody in your social circle or somebody who is pretty close to you, just like on a day-to-day basis. This could be a coworker. It could be your best friend for some of you is what I'm hearing. Someone that you, find yourself in proximity with, and socializing with frequently. You need to be really mindful about what it is that they're saying to you, because not all of it is very helpful. Okay. Not all of it is very conductive to your growth. And I think actually quite a lot of it holds you back. And I'm also hearing that you know exactly who this is. There is someone who is like a Debbie Downer. Okay. There's a wet blanket. Okay. Judgment. This is big. This is really good. I love this. This makes me happy. Okay. Let's get, another deck that I felt called for you is this Poesis deck. And I love this deck. I'm actually curious about some of this grief energy. Maybe this deck can help you kind of mitigate some of that grief. Spirit wants you to take a breath. So into the low belly. And then your exhale should always be longer than your inhale, collective. What kind of words, what kind of wisdom does Spirit have for this collective's experience with grief at this time? Joy. I love that. Desire. Maybe speaking this aloud. I want to be happy, right? I experience joy frequently, stuff like that. Roots. Okay, your root chakra. Yeah, bury that. And then last one from Poesis here, humility. Okay, great. I love humility. Not what I expected, but I love that. Humility is, and then express here at the bottom, just kind of, again, about the expression thing. I think that Spirit wants you to say some things aloud. Collective, it's really important at this time that I think affirmations are obviously being highlighted as a useful tool for you right now. But I think also, if you remember like how precious you are and how worthy of protection you are, and if you calm yourself down, because like I'm getting this hermit energy again, judgment is an intense place to be, okay? And as much as I love this for you, there is a need for stillness and calmness in any storm that we find ourselves in. So part of your guidance forward in releasing this grief and moving into the next chapter is very much about like how do I say it? Like the posture in which you take just on your own. So I guess the way that you position yourself towards God. And I know that sounds like maybe a little intense, but this is kind of just how you hold yourself in solitude, essentially. If you're by yourself, what are you doing? What are you spending that time doing in solitude, right? Are you spending that time kind of bolstering yourself forward towards a new beginning? Or are you spending that time creating kind of engaging in like sloth, right? There's something here about how you use your time in solitude and thinking of your time in solitude as your time with God, and God being here, not an external force, but very much what is within you. Okay. Oh my God. Are we kidding? The Hierophant. Yes. Yes, we are having an upgrade of like, I'm hearing cosmic proportions. And this is a beautiful time for you to get in touch with that which is spiritual within you. Just because you've made some poor assessments in the past, it holds no torch in where you go in the future, right? Past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. All you have is right now. So your guidance here is just very plainly like, hey, don't forget your sovereignty. Don't forget your own proximity to God. Like that is up to you. And it has a lot to do, Spirit is highlighting, it has a lot to do with just the posturing that you take in general, how you carry yourself. You want to carry yourself close to God, which does include kind of embodying the observer, right? Putting yourself in a place where you can kind of look at what's going on around you without getting caught up in it. So my favorite bit of advice for this, or like the I guess the words of wisdom that I use for this kind of guidance is identifying your emotions as opposed to identifying with your emotions. Your emotions are not something that emotions are not something that we should be adhering to. We should not be embodying our emotions. If we think about this in terms of like in astrological terms, the moon is what represents our emotions, and the moon switches signs like every few days. That is not a reliable place to base our decision making and our overall general like posturing. This is not, emotions are fleeting. So if you want to maintain a kind of consistency and stability in your life, I want to call you babe. I don't know why I just wanted to call you babe. Cause I think I have this, I think that I have, like an empathy for you here, like this kind of this closer, feeling of like, I get it. I want to extend some sympathy to you here. I can't even remember what I was saying. Point is, you want to make sure that you are not applying to your emotions, okay? So creating consistency in your actions and creating stability in your life, basing your decisions and the way that you carry yourself off of how you're feeling, that's not a way to create stability or financial, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say structural support or stability, but financial as well. So maybe some of you guys, need to make some adjustments there. Okay, I'm going to get one more message for you. I actually want to pull, I feel torn between these two. We're going to do the Smith Waite. I believe all these cards are upright. I think I reset this deck. And I'm going to let Spirit pull for this one. Okay. What does this collective, what is the final message for this collective? Yeah, I can see you really weighing your decisions here. We have the Hierophant again, Justice in reverse, the Knight of Cups. Okay. Let me get one more clarifier. Let me just, I need a little bit more clarification here. Hang on. Yeah, this is about your confidence. This is also about, we have the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant twice. We also have, I believe the King of Cups is out here. Yeah, twice. So the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups twice. That's crazy. That's good. Justice is the only one that's in reverse here. And then the two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So your final message, collective, is that you overextend yourself when you don't stand on business, essentially. When you act like you don't know yourself, like when you embody that of someone who doesn't have a kind of self-awareness that you are very, very much capable of. Know thyself. Okay. Then you complicate things and you overextend yourself unnecessarily. Like your backpack just gets heavier. If you don't start saying, I know myself, and if you don't start like understanding the phrase know thyself, then that is going to make this journey a lot more like windy and twisty and turny than it needs to be. It really doesn't need to be like as complicated as you make it. When we embody know thyself, right? When we embody the idea of self-awareness and calmness as a state of being, emotions as an experience, right? When we embody these things, life just kind of gets easier. It's true. And that's what I'm seeing here for you, collective. Spirit is encouraging you to get to know yourself. Okay. And that's this Hierophant energy, right? You are the creator of your reality, my love. You are. So it's important right now that you take some time to remind yourself that you know who the fuck you are. You know who you are. You do. Okay. And I want you to tell yourself that. I know who I am. I know myself. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm creating. I am original, right? Things like this. This is a very powerful time for you, collective. Okay. And, you are like, you have Spirit's vote of confidence here that you are empowered in this next move. But do you know that? And are you willing to stand on that? Are you willing to put that in the center of your line of sight as your faith, right? Are you willing to strengthen that muscle of faith? That's what Spirit's asking you here. I want to say congratulations. I don't know why. I'm sending so much love to you. You've done a wonderful job, okay? And the road ahead is it's beautiful. And I'm so excited for you. Okay. Hang in there. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, I've got a bone to pick with you. Please subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. These are free ways to support a growing channel, and it is so appreciated. Okay. Take care.